Between 1947 and 1969, the United States Air Force opened files on 12,618 reported sightings of unidentified flying objects. They called it Project Blue Book. By the time it was shut down, 701 of those cases were officially marked unidentified. No explanation, no conclusion, just unknown. This is the story of the ones they couldn't explain. 1947, the Roswell Incident, and a wave of sightings across the U.S. trigger public panic. The Air Force launches Project Sign, then Project Grudge, before settling on Project Blue Book in 1952. Captain Edward Ruppelt is placed in charge and takes a surprisingly scientific approach, cataloging witness statements, radar data, and photographs. The project's official goals determine whether UFOs posed a threat to national security and analyze sightings scientifically. By the end, over 12,000 cases had been logged, the vast majority explained as aircraft, weather balloons, or planets. Most cases had simple answers, but a small number of them did not. The Lubbock Lights, 1951, Texas. Multiple witnesses, including a college professor, photograph a formation of lights crossing the sky in near-perfect formation, multiple nights in a row. The Washington D.C. Flyover, 1952. Radar operators at both National Airport and Andrews Air Force Base track unidentified objects flying over the Capitol at high speed. Jets are scrambled to intercept, but the objects vanish from radar before contact. The Levelland Incident, 1957, Texas. Over a dozen separate witnesses, including police officers, report their vehicle engines and headlights failing simultaneously as a glowing object passed overhead. These weren't reported by conspiracy theorists. They were pilots, radar operators, and law enforcement, people whose job it was to be precise. The official Air Force explanation for many high-profile cases, like Washington, D.C., was temperature inversion. But even Ruppelt's own notes questioned whether this explanation was ever provable. For every case explained away, there was one that quietly stayed open. The Air Force commissions the Condon Report in 1966, an independent scientific review intended to settle the matter once and for all. The Condon Report concludes that further study isn't scientifically worthwhile. This becomes the justification for shutting down Project Blue Book in December 1969. Critics point to the Trick Memo of 1966, in which the study's own coordinator suggested the investigation should be designed to reach a predetermined conclusion, casting doubt on how neutral the process really was. Of the 12,618 cases, 701 remained officially unidentified even after the project closed, the government's own numbers, not a theory. One case in particular still doesn't have an answer. The Washington, D.C. Flyover. Radar operators at two separate facilities recorded the same unidentified objects at the same time. Jets were scrambled, and the objects both accelerated beyond known aircraft capability and disappeared before contact. The Air Force's official explanation, temperature inversion affecting radar, has been disputed by several of the radar operators themselves, some of whom gave interviews decades later, maintaining they saw real solid objects, not glitches. Project Blue Book closed in 1969. Officially, the case was closed too, but 701 files remain stamped unidentified, not by Internet theorists, but by the U.S. Air Force itself. Were they weather anomalies the government simply gave up trying to explain? Or something they decided it was easier to stop looking for? You decide. Let me know in the comments.